y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Let me get my headband right. My name is Danielle, for those of you who don't know. Here around these parts, okay? We use smart and logical decision making to create the lives that we want. Today I want to talk about how we can maneuver in the world and how we can kind of retrain. Let me see how I wrote it, because I wrote it down good. How we can change our perspective on race relations that will benefit us. Hit the like button. I don't know if I said this, so I'm gonna say it again, okay? Hit the like button, comment down below, join in on the conversation, put your thoughts down there in the comment section, okay? Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It's free. I promise they're not going to charge you. I promise. They don't even have your card number. They're not going to charge you. So hit that subscribe button. Share this video with your friends just to share my channel if you just love me so much. Hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload, like every video that I upload. One of the first ways that we can really reroute our thinking and our perspective on race relations in this country, understand race and the systems that we're under for what it is and for what it's not. What I mean by that is we all know the circumstances that we go on, and in a previous video that I did about Candace Owens, you know, I talked about how Black people, well, I talked about how she talked about Black people and perpetual victimhood. That's one thing that I do agree with, and I really want us to shy away from. Yes, there are certain things that is oppressive that happens to us, but there's things that is oppressive that happens to everyone, no matter the race. Our biggest thing, you know, happens to be race and Blackness and our background and history in this country. What we want to do is to progress. What we want to do is be successful. What we want to do is be logical, reasonable, and smart about how we create our lives and about creating our lives, and we want to create our lives. All of these systems that tries to hold us down exist, but it's up to us to try our best to remove ourselves from the situation. And to even begin to do that, you have to understand and acknowledge what it is, what it's not. So for an example, we know that as Black women, we know that we are quote unquote the least protected, okay? So what are we gonna do about it? As a Black woman, what am I gonna do about it? I'm gonna put myself in a good neighborhood. I'm gonna put myself in, I'm gonna work to, you know, be around people that are gonna protect me, that are gonna defend me as an individual. Now, I can't do that for everybody and for the collective of Black women, but I can do the best for myself as an individual Black woman. To understand what it's not is to understand that, yes, as a collective, we aren't protected, but as an individual, that doesn't have to hold me back. It's not the end all be all. Yes, we're under a system. You know what we know what that system is called. He shall not be named. There has also been ways that we have contributed to our own demise. You no longer have to participate in working against your own good. Ask yourself, is it really a block? And is it a block that you can step over? We may experience moments of discrimination, moments of prejudice, moments of bias, but is it something that just sucks and it doesn't feel good? Or is it something that will legitimately hold you back? Now, yes, I believe in nuance. A lot of the time, we are discriminated against in ways that legitimately hold us down. But we live in a time where we can work past these roadblocks. If we learn how to be strategic and methodical about the way we move and shake in the world, that block, which may exist, can just be that, a block that you can step over, that you can get over, and that you can work around. Okay, so really, it's really important to, when you experience something large or small, is to understand if it's something that you can work past. The third, and this is arguably one of the most important, is to when you're trying to change your perspective on race relations, it's important to understand, let ignorance go. People are ignorant. All of us are ignorant to certain things, but a lot of the times people say and do things to get a rise out of you, to exert some kind of control over you, and it's important that you don't allow them to do that. So what I want you all to understand is that let ignorance be. Control the things that you can control, which is your reaction. Even if you can't control the way people treat you, you can control how you let it affect you. At the end of the day, everybody on this planet is going through something. Ours as Black people may just be race. But even white people go through things, okay? White people have their own roadblocks and hurdles to jump over. Ours, you know, and our perspective may be bigger, but at the same time, it's a hurdle nonetheless. So even as Black Americans, we're Black. To some degree, we may be oppressed, but somebody from a poor white country or somebody from a poorer country, we do have privileges. As an American, I do have privileges. And it's okay for me to acknowledge, to step outside my own existence in the United States and acknowledge that I have a privilege being an American. And that tied in my fourth reason, which is understand that you have a struggle, but understand that we all have a struggle. And it's okay to acknowledge your struggle, but don't let it defeat you. And when you experience negativity, listen, don't give people the time of day. When you get emotional, when you work on your emotional intelligence, you know, what strangers say about you, no matter how vile, it doesn't matter. I don't care about what anyone has to say that I don't know. I barely hear about what people have to say that I do know. I know you might not be able to do that all the time, but I'm gonna tell you like this. When you go through something honestly traumatic, like for me, the death of my brother, it put into perspective how little what people have to say about me matters. Positivity, you know, and I saw this meme where people were talking about toxic positivity. I mean, I swear we live in a day and age where people will turn anything negative, but positivity is really good. And I struggle a lot of my life with positivity, okay? But when I started implementing choosing positivity, it really changed the way I saw things. It changed so much in my life. It's create your own space. You're like, okay, well, they don't want me here. Well, I don't want to be somewhere where I'm not wanted. Learning to be happy from within will really help with that. And the last, but certainly not least, having whatever attitude. Have a IDGAF attitude, because at the end of the day, it does not matter. It does not matter. The hood, it does not matter. What matters is what you think about yourself, regardless of race or anything, okay? That is all that I have for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, okay? And I will see you lovelies in the next video.